To the channel. My name is Hayden. This is where we talk about all things business, finance, entrepreneurship related. A huge portion of this channel is dedicated to Turo, and that is exactly what I am going to go through a little bit today. Throughout the Turo videos that I have made on my experience of being a host now for just about a year, one of the biggest questions I get, and which was actually my biggest question over the past year, was which car works the best for Turo? Which car should you actually get first to start this little business for yourself? By the way, guys, let me know in the comments below if you like the new mic. It makes my voice sound really deep. Well, there really is no easy answer for this because every single area has its own kind of charm to it on what's going to work, what's not going to work. For example, if you're a Turo host in Los Angeles, convertibles are probably going to be a much better choice than if you were in Quebec, Canada. And if you were in Colorado, having a four-wheel drive Subaru is probably going to do a lot better there than in Miami. So you really have to look at what's going to work best in your area. But to get all of that kind of simplified and say what I personally think is the best car to get is more of telling you what not to get. So first off, a lot of people, they want to get something they wouldn't normally be able to do without having Turo, and that's get a very expensive car, like an exotic car, a high-end sports car, a luxury car. And that's not a bad idea by any means. If your intention to come into this whole thing with Turo is make a few dollars to offset your car payment, that could totally work. If you are coming in to grow this as a business and net the most money you can, believe it or not, exotics may not be the way to go with Turo. Reason being is the insurance for the guest is much higher. The maintenance expenses on those cars are obviously much more expensive for the upkeep. If you're getting them newer, you're going to get killed on the depreciation. But again, every situation is different for each person. Renting out a convertible Ferrari California in Miami is going to do way better than in Nebraska. So the second thing I want to go over is the most common vehicles, especially in my area, are going to be Mustangs and Camaros. They're not super expensive. They're a super American car. So all the people that are foreign that come and rent from me from other countries, I always ask them, what are the cars that you like to see? And almost always they say they want to drive an American muscle car, which they think is an EcoBoost Mustang convertible. Those cars definitely do really well on Turo in my area in South Florida. They have a super high margin on them. The problem is it's getting so competitive now because people are on it. How do you really stand out? So it can definitely work. I'm not ruling it out. I just wouldn't say it's the best car. The third thing, people make this mistake a lot when they're figuring out how to start getting into Turo with the best car, and they just want to get the most affordable car. So they'll go out on Craigslist, buy, a $2,000-$3,000 car that has a ton of issues with it that they weren't aware about. And even if it's driving okay for the first month or two, you're going to have those issues in the long run. With that being said, those are usually older cars. Now, Turo's policy, and I'll leave that right here, shows they do not accept cars that are more than 12 years old. This is at least in the United States. Now, the policy used to be 15 years, it just changed to 12. And I am almost certain within the next 90 days, as Turo is getting bigger and bigger, the insurance claims are getting more and more, they're going to continue to shorten that list on the age of the car. So the problem is if you were to go out right now and go buy a car that's 12 or 11 years old, and next month Turo says they're changing their policy to 10 years, you're not going to be eligible for their insurance package, which is going to be a huge lose for you. So personally, I would say you want to shoot for cars that are 5 to 6 years old, because I couldn't imagine Turo bringing in a policy that's going to cut that down all the way to 5 years. They're going to have too many competitions out there with the other rideshare platforms. Also, with that being said, you definitely need to have a clean title. Having a salvage title or anything like that, even if Turo doesn't verify it, if you do have a claim that you need to go for through Turo, even if it's something small or a total, they're not going to pay out and you're stuck holding the bill. Another option that I would say to start with the best car is your car. If you already have your car out there, before investing into another car, get a feel for how this business works, how you're going to work as a host, the type of people you're going to be dealing with in your area before you make that investment. Give it a couple months. If it works out, then this is the car I would get. Something that is affordable, good on gas, and compact. Everywhere I have looked, it seems the best cars with the highest margins would be Fiat 500s, Toyota Prius, Volkswagen Bugs, believe it or not, and compact SUVs. compact SUVs are going to be a bit more expensive than the other ones mentioned. So it's maybe not be the most glamorous thing to start renting out and you get to drive it on the times it's not rented, but it's a really good way of getting lower risk to get into this with a higher margin and really see how this business works. I've seen Fiat 500s that you can buy in good condition. They're 2014, 2013 for under $5,000 with under 100,000 miles. That way, if you're trying to average, 10 to 11 days every single month with rentals, you can put that up to, $42 a day plus your delivery fees, plus the cleaning fees and all the other associated ways to get extra cash with extras. You should easily break even, I would say, within 9 to 10 months. And again, that's being relatively conservative. So there you guys have it. It's not the most glamorous cars to start the business with. And again, this is my opinion. If you want to go out tomorrow and go buy a Lamborghini or a Ferrari and throw it on there, by all means, I wish you the best of luck. I'm not saying that I know more than anyone else. Just based off my experience, the research I've done, the people I've spoke to, this is really what I have found is going to break down to the best way for you. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think. What were the first cars that you started Turo with? And if you found this video helpful or beneficial to you in any way, please smash the like button, consider subscribing for more content, and until next time, thanks for watching, guys.